welcome to Drawing with Bubbles. Today I'm drawing Sully, Mike Wazowski, and Boo from Monsters Incorporated. This image was requested by Phil Land and Blonde Beauty 101, two people this time. And right now I'm just working on the sketch layer. It's a little bit difficult to get Mike's proportions right, like all of them, because they're all very different sizes, and so like, you couldn't have them all be the same height because that just would make no sense at all. And so I just used a reference image. I tried to find one that included all three of them so I could really see how it compared. And so yeah, that helped a lot. Now I'm already onto the second sketch layer. I didn't spend too much time on the first sketch layer because for this, since there were so many characters, like I said before, it was mostly focused on proportions and stuff. And I didn't really go into details, so the second sketch layer ended up being a little bit more rough, but that was fine. I just worked around it, and I was a little bit slower, so that worked out fine. And I made Sully's leg a little thicker in the second sketch layer, and I added a tail, because I almost forgot that, but I didn't. These characters were kind of weird to draw because, if you see my channel, you'll know that I draw mostly people. So, drawing their strange proportions was something new to me. But it was really fun. And now I'm starting the line art. Like in my last couple of videos, I started doing this. I'm working on, using different line thicknesses. So, you'll maybe notice that. I don't know if you did. So, thinner around the face and, other small details. But around the outlines and, separating shapes, I would use thicker liner. So that's interesting. I'm working on Boo right now. I usually add, big, huge eyelashes to my characters. And so I had to, kind of tone that down a little bit for Boo. Because she's, what, 3 or 2 years old? I don't even know. But it was so fun to draw her in that costume. She's so adorable. The unfortunate thing, though, is I looked a little bit too close at the costume, and then I noticed that she has a lot of, scale-type things, so I had to draw those. In this sketch, I didn't notice it until the second sketch layer, but then I, drew, one row of them, and then I just, drew this arrow, because, there was no point in drawing it all in the sketch layer because it doesn't really need that much of a guideline. You just need to know it's there for the line art. So then in the line art, I just went off that first row and then kept going from there. And I think it turned out good. It added detail. I mean, right now, you can see it's kind of harsh and out there, but later when I change the color of the line art, I like it much better. And now I'm starting the coloring. At first, I colored Sully a little bit brown color, but I just played around with that till I got it all right. Now I'm coloring his eyes. I found it a little strange that, he's all blue and his eyes are blue too. I mean, they're a different shade of blue, but that's, I don't know. Personally, I would have made them purple because it was spots, but I don't know. Just me. Now I'm coloring Boo, that's her name, I did not forget, and Mike Wazowski. It was overall pretty simple coloring, especially since I've started to do close line art. Now I can just use the paint bucket tool, and for Sully spots, I wasn't quite sure what to do, because for the liner, I didn't do a solid outline, because that wouldn't look very much like fur, so I couldn't just use the paint bucket tool, and there wasn't a way to just block in the color. So, I ended up using, this brush I made that I used for coloring, that's not paint bucket tool, that, it has, pressure sensitivity on opacity and on line width, so that when I go lighter, it gets lighter and smaller, and yeah, I use that to color it in, and I'm already done. Oh my gosh, okay, you saw the finished illustration. I'm talking too long, so remember to rate, comment your suggestions, and subscribe. Bye!